morning and welcome to my reality Jeep life with me, the Vermont Jeepgirl, and this is my daily vlog of 2013. Today I'm on another great adventure. I will be heading down to New Jersey. I will be catching up with my dad, and I will also be catching up with my oldest son. Anyway, on a long trip, I always like to check my fluids before I go. I will check my oil, I will check the antifreeze, I will look around, make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. I was having an issue when I went out to Rochester, New York with the front end. I have checked the front end, up, down, everywhere. The only thing that I did find with the front end is that the lug nuts seem to have loosened up somehow. The threads weren't really very good. So I got some new lug nuts. I also swapped out tires, and I did take her for a test ride up and down the Northway, doing at normal highway speeds. She still has her little bit of a shake, but she doesn't have anything like she did when I went out to Rochester, which was that real god-awful death wobble. So today will be the real test as I head down to New Jersey with a 4.5-hour trip ahead of me. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check my oil and I'm going to check my antifreeze. We need a little bit of oil. Looks like we need to add some oil. Now that I think about it, it's been quite a while since I have done an oil change. So I have a feeling an oil change is in my near future. Don't know where all the miles go. Find some oil. If you remember from a previous episode, when I did change the oil in old LoLa, we used a big ass funnel. Well, guess what? I'm using the big ass funnel again. See what I can find. I don't think I need that much. I probably just need a quart. So I'm going to do this kind of slowly. Looks good. And I add a little bit of brake fluid. It's just right, it's a little bit below that line there. Radiator, brake fluid, check. She's in a good spot now, so happy with that. Alrighty, it looks like. Check the air pressure in my tires one more time, and I'll be ready to hit the road. However, you still have to clean out the inside. Why is it the back seat always turns into the dumping grounds for everything? Yeah, I gotta hoe it out and get her warmed up, and we will be hitting the road. Okay, as you know, I was just out here checking all the fluids in LoLa and warming her up. And now I may have a problem. I have no idea why we're leaking antifreeze. Mother of pearl. This is not an easy one to figure out where it's coming from, but I have narrowed it down. I think it's the lower hose. The only problem is when I run my hand across the bottom of it, I'm not feeling anything wet. But yet it's all leaking right here, underneath this air box, and it's going across the member here, where then it leaks down onto the ground. And now here comes my other dilemma. Is all my tools are over in New York at the other garage. I needed to be on the road hours ago, and now I gotta fix this. So yeah, welcome to my reality Jeep life. Rather have it go here in the yard than, yes, out on the thruway with my youngest son. I've taken my air box out, so I've gotten access to my lower radiator hose. You can see how everything is wet. There goes a Jeep. That's my buddy Joe. Anyway. Squirrel. Okay. See how everything's wet down here? I couldn't see it with the air box in here, so I took the air box out. Here's my hose. The whole bottom of the hose, underneath, everything totally dry. I thought maybe it might have had a crack or a pin leak in it. It doesn't. The only place that I've traced this leak is over here to the back of, I don't know if you can see it or not. This is the radiator cap for the radiator. I just replaced this radiator last September, August. It was last summer when I was down in New Jersey. Okay, since I have determined that it's not my hoses that are leaking, it's this plastic piece on the radiator, which I'm not sure if there's a crack in there or it's just what's happening. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some more fluid in here, put my air box back in, and I'm just going to carry some extra fluid with me and call it good. Okay, since I determined that it's not my lower radiator hose, good, and that it's probably that plastic piece on the radiator cap, I am going to put this back together. I'm going to top her off with some fluid, and I'm going to call her good. I am pleased to announce that Lola has made the trip. She was a trooper. She hung in through the snow, the rain, the traffic, the fog. Yee-hoo! And look, best of all, my biggest baby boy.
Hey, Mama.
Hey, buddy. So, thank you for joining me today, and join me tomorrow as I am on another adventure.
Yeah, good.